day after woke up feeling like it's a dream, but the experience was real and the feelings more than it seems. My heart racing, adrenaline swimming all in my fingertips, sweaty palms itching, no other field can compete with this. The work of the lady goddess, punishment, retribution. My spirit spar with the sorrows from women and substitution. And that's what she meant by that.
Can't do that. You cannot actually respond to them. I wanted to ask you what your personal goals are with Luxe.
You know what? You would just have a lot of good views.
I went on a diet.
At the end of the day, we were working. So from like a professional standpoint, it wasn't exactly like professional.
I would try it. Wow, they have followers. Like I can't like them because they have more followers than me.
Constantly subtle but cognizant, nudging me forward, more of that clip. Behind a motive that drives me insane, wrecking my brain. I'm cashing in on coincidences. Note how I feel about our differences. I just need time to sort this shit out. Yeah. Colors and flowers, cotton candy and cute. I still like lavender, rose petals too. Sacred auctioning of all my parts, shaking silence to lay down my heart. Hard to blind, I see it all in my mind.
But they literally built a bunch of traps around me and danced around me as they were killing me.
Did they boogie? Hey, you stroke? Is my stroke game good?
It's stroking good.
Oh, come on. Water
The game night was pretty fun. I did have a lot of fun playing air hockey. It was the first time I ever played it and ended up beating 2 of the members on the team. I didn't know I was decent at air hockey until I didn't have anybody score once. I was 4-0 to both of them, so I thought that was really funny. I felt like it was also my reflexes that I have built over the years from gaming.
All right, ladies, is everyone ready to finally start this meeting? I hope you guys have enjoyed our days here, and you guys are going to be going to this mansion location next. So without further ado, I have some pictures to show you, and then we also have a guest speaker today who would like to pitch their product to us.
We actually moved houses. Feels really bougie and cool.
Pool table. Most of our kitchen scenes could be filmed in here because it's super bougie. Yeah, I know, because I picked it, you know. Anyway, without further ado, we are going to be having City come and explain his brand.
We had this clothing designer come in yesterday, and I think his pitch was like alright. His designs are dope, the concept behind the line was dope.
My personal experience with sponsorships and partnerships is I've gotten plenty of offers ranging from vaping companies to marijuana companies to t-shirts companies. I have turned them all down because I don't think that made any sense with my brand. I don't want to be sellout and just make money where I can and just have all this random stuff posted on my social media. It doesn't make any sense. So I want everything to flow and I want my audience to support it as well.
How you guys doing today? Good to see you. Zoe, good to see you again.
Once again, it's a pleasure. Thank
always
you, City.
always a pleasure. And these lovely ladies. Can I get some names here so I know who I'm talking to? Natalie. Clover. We'll go with Clover today. Clover? Tiffany. Kay. Taina. Nice to meet you. Today, I'm here to talk about my company. and see if you guys are interested in a sponsorship deal. I talked to Zoe and D'Angelo, and they were saying that they were looking for a brand. And they also expressed some concerns because they have talked to a couple of brands, and sometimes the vibe of her company and what's being projected is a little too edgy. But my company, Anybody Gets It, is looking for that. That's what we're about.
The clothing designer, he mentioned that he caters to a more like alternative group. Maybe we don't exactly cater for like alternative exactly, but we aren't exactly the type of organization that fits in with everyone else. And so those like mesh perfectly together.
And they're like handmade, and you guys can check it out. It's high quality. We're sold in like 7 different countries. We're looking to partner up with someone like you guys, that are out there, they have a lot of fans, they have a big following. I want some people that are professional, that are gonna show up on time, and they're gonna push the brand.
How would you describe the inspiration of your brand?
This is definitely like a bad boys brand, so guys that go for this brand are usually kind of like alpha male cooler guys. It's not for guys that don't like put it out there, And after seeing your guys' pictures and what you guys do, I was like, yo, that's the type of people that I want to work with. Yeah.
That's really impressive. And we're gonna have a little reconvening meeting, and we're gonna discuss so that we can all see how we feel, and also really get used to the fact that this is not going to be a one-time thing.
No, it's definitely not going to be a one-time thing. I'm doing like shows and in-stores throughout the country, so I would need you guys to fly out, do in-stores. So you guys, talk about it, of course.
All right, well, thank you so much, and I appreciate you. Thank you, and let's go grab some lunch.
Sounds good.
I feel like initially when the guy came to pitch his clothing line, we didn't really get enough information on it, but he stuck around all day, hung out with us, and the more we got to see him and get to know him, the more questions we asked about his clothing line. So we learned a lot, and just by hanging out with him.
Turns around and starts twerking that booty, right? And that's basically how she blew up.
Am I safe here? He's so set on roasting your ass, he just cannot give up. Let it go, bruh.
Those are actually really funny. I really like going through clips with Zoe and the rest of the house and seeing things of why we became famous. Clover had a banana eating video, and that's why she became like more popular. And of course Zoe with her twerking and rice gum. It was really funny to go through.
ASMR Clovers.
Like people get satisfaction out of watching this shit.
Oh, they got trolled out of.
I know.
No, this isn't like a satisfaction video. It's more like troll, like she said.
So the real one would be
real ASMR is like quiet, like real quiet. You want to see this like tearing this and breaking your ear and stuff.
Oh, okay.
It's like a sexually speaking ASMR.
Got it.
So they like the sound.
We were going through different YouTube videos and things like that, so that was a nice little bonding experience. It was fun. Zoe, you just got to see how Zoe's reaction to her diss track. I always wanted to know what her reaction was, and seeing it live was entertaining. But then also having that bonding moment with my other teammates was pretty cool.
Like a pussy got your room, hella dirty.
That's improved video. That actually.
Oh, he got you. Girl. Thoppolies? Y'all on Thoppolies?
Oh, your cute little snake?
Oh, do you still have it?
No, she died. Oh, makes me so sad.
Damn, those are a nice.
That's all they show? Just your tits?
Anyway, guys, that's it for the episode.
That's all they got? Dude, those Twitch videos are sick. Content. It's like one thing.
That's like clickbait if I ever saw.
They're so underdone
Is that
anymore.
like a
It's just
term?
any girl does anything, trips on her way out to go grab a drink or something. It's like Twitch fail.
Oh.
I did fall out of my chair.
World
one time.
star. Is that what people say? World star.
There you are right there.
It's very interesting to me to think about the gaming community and what it's like to be stereotyped, especially if you watch someone who is categorized as a booby streamer. We recently had a controversy on Twitch where a gentleman was seen as ranting. He was ranting to the camera about how booby streamers are ruining Twitch and they deserve nothing. And the kind of idea that he created finally got backlash. People don't defend booby streamers. But for once, someone saw the attacks for what they were. plain misogyny.
Did you guys see that tweet though? I'm gonna start posting nudes to keep up with the female gaming scene. And women empowerment, don't bring other women down. Shut up. That line doesn't save you from being an attention-seeking slut. Women don't have to agree with you because they have the same genitalia, boo-boo.
The whole thing surrounding females showing off their bodies, whether it's through streaming, vlogs, or photo shoots or whatever it may be, I think is absolutely ridiculous. There's models, there's billboards with like half-naked models on it, and there's advertisements in magazines with half-naked people, and there's like no one saying anything about that. There should be no shame in you being proud of your body and what other people think about your body or how they feel that you should present it. It's honestly none of their business.
I don't know how Luxe got into it because she was one of the girls that I've seen that applied that was already like confident enough to do it on her own, and I think that's the hardest part. Like a lot of the girls were like, oh yeah, I'd be willing to do the sexuality, the nude stuff if I have a group of people doing it with me. They didn't want it to be the first ones to do it on their own. Like,
So let's have your viewpoint.
yeah.
Good talk.
Good talk.
Shit, girl. Get it.
What do you have to say to the haters?
She's sleeping on them.
Clover, why aren't you ready?
The second house is beautiful. There's the matter of, well, what are we doing next? Are we shooting today? Are we taking a break? And there was a situation where, you know, they asked my opinion, like, what do you think you want to do? I was like, well, shit, I'm down to like relax for a couple hours, you know, and we could shoot. As I'm like walking away to go back to the room, they're like, all right, so I'm gonna go get ready, go get in lingerie. And I'm like, wait, what? We are shooting the lingerie. Yeah, buddy. So we decided to do natural lighting. That's everyone agreed on that. So what we're doing is we're just shifting everything in the living room here so we could get some dope ass shots.
I'm waiting for my sugar dad to come home so I can murder him and take his fortune.
Oh, let me change this. So we're doing single individual shots before we do group.
Okay.
It's cold. I'm freezing.
So he's trying to kill me.
I was eating guacamole and then I thought I should probably stop before I end up with someone in lingerie.
I'm tired, but I'm gonna try to put myself up and get this photo shoot done.
Okay. It just like gives you an extra shine.
Well, tell me where I get that from.
The bruise?
Yeah.
I don't know, look at mine. This was this drunken escapades. Okay. And then, there you go. Just a little shimmer, leg oil.
It was probably my favorite shoot that I've done. It was my first time doing anything that remotely sexy, other than the bikini shoot, which I was that was like day 1 or day 2 of being with the Luxe girls, and I wasn't uncomfortable, but I wasn't as comfortable as I am now doing the lingerie shoot.
You're waiting for your boyfriend to come home and you're surprising him, okay?
Surprise
You're like, you're doing great, sweetie. Keep it up. Awesome. There you go. Keep working it. You ain't got no bubble slipping yet. You got this. If I could get the stupid Bluetooth to work. You know why it goes doo-doo? Anyone speak Bluetooth? Okay? No? To be honest, when you're in a relationship and you're with someone intimately, you get lazy. You're not gonna be like, hey baby, I went all out in this today and every day of your life. No, it's not really realistic. But this is an opportunity for you to play into a fantasy of what do people think is happening. And right now, I need a drink.
And I'm like, for sure. And I'm like, for sure. time I see her, she's in some European whipping. Excuse me, what's your name? Ish, I see you cross the street. I do that with your car, cause I peeped you out last week. The ring on your hand, I hope there's nobody else. And if it is, fuck him, I just want you to myself. She said, for sure, for sure, for sure, for sure. For sure, for sure, for sure, for sure. For sure, for sure, for sure, for sure. Every time I see her in the foreign, she be touring in it.
You're light, girl. You look so, you guys are such naturals. Like, and the more you turn your right shoulder to him, the bigger your boobs will look. Yes, ma'am. There you go. Move your right, yeah, there you go. Saying that I was talking to this photographer once, and he was giving me tips for how to run a shoot with multiple girls. And he's like, the thing with the girls is that you need to make sure you are putting them staggered, like one girl at 8, one girl at 9, one girl at 10, one girl at 11. And if you do that, then you don't have to worry about the girls all sitting here already ready. Because then he said they start eating food, getting their clothes dirty, calling their boyfriends and getting in fights and breaking up with them, snacking too much. And he said he had girls like break up with their boyfriends in the middle of shoots and they're crying. And he's like, this is just my job. Like, I don't want to deal with it.
I think that was definitely my favorite shoot that we did so far. Felt really natural for me because I'm used to doing that sort of thing in that same exact setting. So it was really fun. I wasn't really tired. I did take a nap, but I take naps every day, so.
I for sure want to go to TwitchCon this year. I didn't go last year, never. I just want to go for like the experience. Like I've never been to TwitchCon before, like ever.
We're gonna do a VIP party at TwitchCon. Like I have plans where we're gonna rent out a club just like they do and see like how many people.
We're not gonna miss a Saturday party though.
We're not gonna miss a Saturday party. What we would do is we would have like a Saturday party.
Is the best party.
Well, one day we could have a Saturday party of our own, but I mean something more like maybe like a day event because I don't want to compete against the big names like Discord parties and stuff like that. But level with me for a second. If something starts at like 10 and everyone's like the Discord party's whack, I like that. Come to the Luxe party. Anybody? That's what I was thinking.
I loved the lingerie shoot. I don't know, I put on this persona in myself and I got this knife and I was just being like a crazy bad It's funny, I've used a lot of knives in a lot of videos, probably too many. Yeah, I get it. There's some people in the gaming community that don't like it when girls show cleavage or, you know, twerk on camera and that sort of thing, or use their appearance to gain more viewers and donations when they're streaming. But I say f it. Like, if you got it, girl, like, do it. And I don't think other people should be bashing girls for doing this because, I mean, they're just jealous.
Not something you should feel like you have to do. It's just something, if you're comfortable, you should do it. And if you're not comfortable, like, it's not required.
My heels keep sinking like into the ground, yeah.
Don't break a leg. Break a leg.
Wait, really?
Oh, you'll be fine, honey. You'll fit right in. This is the desert.
You'll fit in, honey. It's okay.
Here, bunny.
I can't stop them. They're the ones. You know what? I'll tell you what to tell the kids. You fall, you better not come crying to me. Damn, girl.
Oh, Jesus. Not step on the rocks. I just saw one move.
Girls are
so I'm the same one.
I'm the sane one, obviously. I'm not scaling. I couldn't do it. Like, I wouldn't do it. I was worried she's like break her neck or something. That's so f***ing dangerous.
Look, Mom, no hands.
I can't see your titties from here. Never mind, now I can.
I give style points to Tiffany climbing that mountain like hill in heels. That was crazy. I went in boots, so it was way harder for me to get injured in any sort of way of like a rock falling on my foot or anything.
I figured if I climbed a hill in heels, I can do anything, and I can.
So we went out to dinner on Thursday night and we talked more about the sponsorships and potential partnerships with companies and like the clothing line. It was a really nice restaurant. The food was pretty good. I actually didn't get that much to eat because I was really hungry and ordered a pizza right before we went to go get food and just f***ing ate a pizza.
So how did you guys feel about the business pitch the other day?
I thought he seemed really professional and like it would be a good brand for us to work with.
So with that, I think the whole entire vision behind his brand kind of ties in a little bit with Luxe. Like we don't exactly fit in with the gaming community, and with his brand, it's not every day like you'll see a person in that. Like he says, for the alternative like guy or whatever. So that's where I think it would make the most sense if we were to go into business.
So when we had this dinner, I was so excited because it was an opportunity for us all to gather around and capture a moment of business where we could actually speak freely and have an open format between the girls so they could give their ideas and talk about their dreams and goals, not only in their career, but for the company.
I think the designs would appeal to our audience, and I think they would make sense to expose as t-shirts, and I think it would be pretty successful with this partnership.
I just t-shirts ourselves with the Luxe brand. Yeah.
Before we rep it anyone else's, that's a good point.
Or simultaneously, like it's.
Then we could do like a collaboration effort between his company and Luxe. So it could be like an exclusive like Luxe, ABG crossover type thing.
His clothing was very high quality.
And I loved that. And it's also like the designs we were talking about, like the Illuminati kind of references and stuff like that. Like we're about to blow up out of nowhere. They'll be like, because did they sell their souls to Jay-Z? Like that's the kind of thing I'm going for.
We don't want Luxe to just be like, I'm not saying this, like you handpick everyone type thing, but we don't want to like 100% exclude ourselves from like esports or whatever like direction that we really want to go in. So we should work on like collaborating with like other orgs and things like that. Like you don't want to just say, okay, we're Luxe, this is our table.
We ordered wine, we ordered drinks. The food was amazing. And I got to see Zoe in more of like a manager position. I know a lot of people aren't used to seeing her that way, and I feel like it's really sad to me because she's actually a really good leader, really good with business. She knows what she's doing, what she's talking about, and she literally has another side to her that not everybody sees. Late Thursday night, D'Angelo got in. He is the CFO for Luxe, and he is also Zoe's boyfriend. Got to meet him a little bit. He really keeps Zoe on her toes.
That is like you.
My alarm. This is the saddest fire I've ever seen.
So little.
Oh my god. Okay, pick your side of the flame.
Got this side.
It's like someone holding a Bic lighter in front of you.
Zoe came in last night asking our opinions on bringing on a manager from one of our members, which is Melissa.
You've been such a godsend for this week, I swear. Like, dealing with all of the craziness of having, like, so much going on, and it's, like, my first time with an event that's actually, like, pulled off, and D'Angelo's main management, and wasn't able to make it out here for the majority of the trip.
Yeah.
Because he's working hard. But he's managed to make it out here tonight, thankfully, so we can have this conversation with you to talk about your possible interest in a management position. Do you have this keen perspective that really just delivers a sense of well-being and respect and organization to the team? So I would love to see you take that kind of role if you were interested, you know?
I feel like my fans are entirely different than hers, and I'm kind of envious. When I'm listening to her talk, I'm thinking about the way my fans treat me. They understand her. They understand her intelligence and her sense of humor, period. My fans watch me for an entirely different idea. Some would joke around and say they watch me for the gameplay, but in reality, I think people, half of them are there because I haven't given up, and the other half are there because they just want to see me burn.
I should have warned you before getting involved. I'm far from perfect. I'm far from perfect. I'm far from perfect. I'm far from perfect. I'm far from perfect.
I trust Zoe's opinion on who she thinks should hold any management position on her team. There are times when really stressed out or can't handle everything at one time, be able to manage and direct an entire group of people. And maybe there needs to be someone else there too. Maybe if she can't be there, someone else needs to take over that spot for her.
Yeah, I'm definitely interested. I'd love to.
Awesome. That was good. I'm glad you said yes. So that's cool. So we'll be talking more in the coming days about what that looks like and, you know, doing the training for the position. But let me tell you, you're already qualified. Arguably, maybe more than me. Don't say anything. Hiring Belissa as a manager is something I'm very proud to do. I will admit that I was kind of worried because I didn't want to put the other girls who were brought on at the same time as her into an awkward situation. If they're brought on at the same time, would they respect or listen to her as a manager? So I asked them. There was overwhelming support. The reason why? They said that her experience in Patreon and in the gaming community and through the week was enough for her to be promoted in their eyes. Yes, well-being is a part of it, and also making sure they're fulfilling the day-to-day duties, but also if they're like breaking any rules or if they need someone to help them have direction, things of that nature. And I, like I said, I really feel like, oh God, it's really cold. I smell propane, and I'm not gonna. I'm just kidding.
You have such a dad humor. It's crazy.
I know, and the only one who laughs at my jokes is Clover. It's really sad. I wanted to roast.
Reminds me of my dad.
I know.
I rarely ever laugh at his joke. I just look at him
I'm just
and laugh to myself.
Why do you do that to me? Do you know it's my dad, my stepdad, who's like my real dad to me. He's the reason I have that humor, and I don't know how I feel about that to this day.
The dry humor.
It's so bad. It's just like, why?
It's so charming though.
Is
like,
it?
It's so
I feel like
charming.
I've lost friends because
like nobody expects that from you either though.
I know.
I don't expect that from you.
But
it's so cute.
Hi. Enjoy our flame.
Our tiny flame.
Keep you warm. Hi guys. How have you guys been enjoying this past week? I mean, he wasn't here.
Tell me about it. I mean, I don't know, bits and pieces.
It's been a wild ride.
Yeah.
Learned a lot. Or roller coaster. Yeah, definitely a roller coaster. But a lot of fun nonetheless.
You ain't like me? Get out of my space and my fire.
I'm trying to steal my thunder.
What thunder?
This fire.
Thunder thighs?
He looked down at his own
Haters.
eyes like,
Haters.
what?
Haters don't hate. That's all I have to say.
I'm just mad I'm not thick no more. It's true. Well, the high points. Were we talking about the high points of the Luxe?
Definitely the photo shoots, like Tiff said. They're like, I think the best parts. I had like the most fun. Yeah. Like the way you gas us up. Yeah.
It's a learning experience for sure.
And on the low points, you're gonna go ahead and take a seat inside if you could. Bye, goodbye. Don't want to hear the low points.
Sure, I don't want to know.
Yes.
Something tells me it's mostly about you.
No, it's
I
not.
think I should sit over there for this one.
Next to that?
Yeah, away from you. Quite positive. So tell me, Zoe, what's a low point?
Well, there's probably about 12 hours. I don't remember.
So what time were you waking up? Tell me that. Every day. Were you the last one to get ready?
Yes.
No.
Zoe, what time
Yeah,
are you
Zoe,
waking
where
up? Where you at?
I was usually latest of them all, and I would get ready at whatever pace I could.
You're still in your onesie, like waking up, you have makeup on.
Oh my
you're
god,
just,
I look
frizzed
like
out.
a gorilla in the morning.
You were the last one every day?
Except for maybe one.
What day was that?
Today, probably. Yeah, I think it's today. I think
Oh,
we were like the last ones.
How come? Why is that? How did Zoe put you out one day? That's impossible.
She went to bed early.
She went to bed early.
Oh yeah.
Her
What
and I
time did y'all
went
go
to
to
bed.
bed?
I don't recall.
I don't know.
I heard a little birdie said 5:30.
No, it was like 5 for us.
That's why filming was so hard to get. No, okay, now I'm finishing.
That's
Yeah.
Upstairs.
Yeah, hey, yeah. When I step into the party, all the people show respect. I ain't walking out the building till I see them cut the check. Pouring grief for my fallen leaders, then we cut their neck. Breaking through the
It's about 8 a.m. We got a surprise for the girls today.
My back is for the rest of y'all. Placing prayer hands into
We're gonna do something called Battle Buddies.
We gotta learn this teamwork.
Lead me to a higher spot, sizing up the season of defeat. I love the way you rock, I love the way you sway. Baby, I gotta move, so for now you gotta wait. All of us wanna grow, all of us wanna change. Baby, I gotta move, so for now you gotta wait. I love the way you move, I love the way you sway. Baby, I gotta move, so for now you gotta wait. All of us gotta grow, yeah, all of us gotta change. Baby, I gotta move, so for now you